got quite the ovation at the beginning of the game. You're coaching underneath your jersey banner. Just what were the emotions coming back here, and what did it mean to have that reception from all the fans?
It means that I played the game the right way, right? It wasn't just about the wins, the championships. It was just about everything that Pat stood for. I'm a part of her legacy, and just to be back. I didn't know how I was going to receive it, having to walk past the chair that I know that she sat in so many years. Got pretty emotional today. At shoot around, it was emotional. Having Holly come there, and we have so much history together. We both came into UT at the same time in '85, and she was returning back now from being a player to a coach, and then joining her on the staff in 17 and then 19. So it was great to be back, and just wanted to make sure I made Pat proud by putting on a product, not just Pat, but the Rattler Nation. By putting a product on the court that should be happy for. I think she would. I think our young ladies competed and they battled. They didn't back down, and we talked about that, about the house being on fire, and it was an opportunity, especially after we watched Colorado upset LSU and James Madison, what they did to Michigan State. I just think that the parity in the women's game is here, and it's here to stay, and everybody put on their uniform the same way. But I can't be proud of my young ladies, the way they battled. You're talking about 5 young ladies that was a part of a 6-24 team last year. 6-24 was the record. So, but going back to the part, it was great to be back home. No place like home, and I loved everything about it. And while I have the microphone, I've been advocating about the W. They need to make a franchise here in Knoxville because we got the best fans in America, and we'll show up and show out if they bring that franchise here.
Coach, it's good to see you again here
Nice to see you too.
in Knoxville. Your team, you made 9 3-pointers. I mean, you competed from tip to end. Just how do you rate your team's performance? And obviously the debut for you as a head coach and your first time with this team in a live game.
Well, you know me. I was a competitor on the offensive end and defensive end, so I'm always going to want more. And if you recall, I remember being called Pat Jr., so I'm never going to be satisfied, but I can accept that we came out, like I said, and we competed. And we rate our practices every day, and I go 1 through 5. So I have given them a 3.5 or 3.8 because it didn't, it wasn't like they outworked us because we competed. It was just the little things. We got open shots, we didn't make it, right? You look at the free throws, they was going to the free throw line a lot. I don't have a stat in front of me, but that was the discrepancy that I talked about. Just the toughness. This is what it is. It's at the next level right now because we, being the SWAC, one of the lowest ranked conferences in women's college basketball. But I can't be prouder than my young ladies because what you have to understand, I took the job on August the 14th. Right? And school started on August the 28th. Then Hurricane Medela came in and made school shut down. So I didn't get started till after Labor Day. So we actually been practicing ever since September the 5th. So for them to come up and do the things that they did and just trust the process, and a first-year head coach, and just trusting me, believing in me, and I just asked them to reciprocate everything that I give to them, I could be a proud mama. And like I said, I know Pat proud of me too.
Coach, you mentioned getting a little emotional when you saw where Pat used to sit. How has she inspired the way that you go about coaching and the coach that you are today?
Oh wow! I was telling a story about every day for 4 years she would push me from 12 to 3. Right, the first 2 years we was in Stokely, the last 2 here in Thompson-Boling, and I never understood as a young adult how she could push me so hard. And immediately after practice, I can go to her office and she want to ask me, how's your family? How's your home? And that was just the caring part that I never understood until I pushed my players and I bring them in the office and I was having the same conversation. And it was like deja vu that was happening, but me as a coach now, and I was talking to my young ladies. But it's just it's so much that she has inspired us all. I told my young ladies, the only thing that I asked for them to get is 1% better. Sit in the first 3 rows. That sounds so familiar, right? Compete, outwork, rebound, give it your best, represent with excellence. And that's the same thing we call ourselves pressure, because we're under pressure. The last time, if you look it up, the last time Florida A&M University won, son, has been over 34 years. So we're trying to do something special that hadn't been done for HBCU. I know it's my first year, but 22 years as an assistant coach, playing at the highest level. I told him it's like your grandma recipe. You always say, Grandma, how much did you use and what's the recipe? And she'll say, oh, I took a little bit of this and I took a little bit of that. Well, that's what I've done in 22 years under the different head coaches. I took a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I put my twist on it. And I tell my young ladies every day, you might not like it, but this is the way I'm going to run my family. And I'm creating a culture, which is a sisterhood, because that's what Pat taught us. It's a sisterhood. And if I could just take it a little bit further, I talked to him about how precious life is. To have to have 2 homegoing for 2 Lady Vols in the same year, less than 3 months apart, that's hard, right? So life is so precious. And we talk about basketball winning and losing, but when I took the job, we went to church and 5 young ladies gave their life to God. So it's about a lot of things. It's not just about winning on the court, which wherever the head goes, they say the body gonna follow, and I'm the head. So I know Pat would be proud of me.
We have 2 more questions.
Coach, it's one thing for your players to read your bio. It's another thing to walk them through Tennessee in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Just how eye-opening was that for your team? And how much did you enjoy getting to do that with them?
It's kind of like mom and dad can just get on you and keep telling you things, and then auntie just comes and say the same thing and it resonate. But I think for my young ladies to hear me talk about it, if I go back and, like I said, I'm faith-driven. God is first in my life, and just how I'm taking the job, and my first coaching debut is at, Tennessee. It's just full circle. On the trip, we were supposed to stop in Atlanta. We stopped at Peachtree, and I pick up the phone and I call my friend, Lady Hartman Grooms. They played at the University of Georgia. And she sit there and she talked about it. She talked about how mean I was on the court. But as soon as the game was over, I would cook for them. I did all the little things. Then to get here and to walk them through it, and for them to see Pat's statue and come into the arena, and just to see the Mr. T starter kit that I wore. If it glitters, it must be Gordon. And just for them to see, and feel what it looked like and what I might have to endure to be who I am today. I think that the chemistry, and it started to resonate with them. An opportunity to go to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, and they said, Coach, is this the Hall of Fame just for Tennessee? I said, no, it's the Hall of Fame for all women. The only Hall of Fame for women's basketball is right here in Knoxville, because it's no place like home. So they understand the history, but it took them to get here to understand it. So I could see that they're starting to allow me to push them even more, and now they can appreciate me a little bit more. Sometimes, but really they just see the paper, and they forget sometimes, right? Because I don't carry myself that way. I carry myself like Pat did. Nobody's bigger than team. I sweep the floor, I mop, I go wash the clothes, I do whatever I have to do for them to show them that I love them. So now they understand that I guess my coach was really a pretty good player to make history, right? To be a part of the first part of 4 Final Fours, male or female. To lead Tennessee as the lead, scorer. To lead Tennessee from a freshman to a senior. Only player to do it. So to be a part of a first in a lot of different things, I think it's starting to resonate. And if they allow me to push them with Maria, and we can go out and compete and clean up the details, I think we got something special in the oven cooking. We just got to keep on working. But I just like to say to you, Maria, I appreciate everything that you did for women's basketball and the Lady Vols, and how you covered us. You've been doing a great job, and I just appreciate you. And sometimes you don't get the opportunity to thank you. And I grew up under your head, and I just want to thank you. And I hope that not only did I make Pat proud, that I made yourself and everybody that's in this room proud of the product that I put out there on the floor in the way that I conduct myself, because I'm a role model first, right? I'm a lady first, then I'm a coach, then I'm a player, then I'm an auntie.
You said you've only been with this team practicing for 2 months. what have been the encouraging signs you've seen in regards to just developing into the style of play you want, and maybe what showed up tonight?
Well, I just, if we can score against Tennessee in their arena and we push tempo and allowing to get in the ball screens and taking elbow jumpers and on the defensive end beating guards under the screen, getting to the elbow, I think we did a great job. I just think the conditioning played a major part. We're not there yet. Tennessee isn't either, but I would wish that we could have had a little bit more time to get together and get, implement my conditioning and the strength part of it into the equation. But like I said in my opening statement about the season, we have a tough non-conference. Right? We're not going to back away. We're getting on the bus and go play middle. We play at the University of Florida on Monday. Then we come home and play Cal on the 20th, and then JU. Then we go to Sam Houston State. We got to go to Michigan. So I'm praying that this non-conference, prepare us for the swipe, and that we can do something special. But like I said, I just commend my young ladies for allowing me to push them. And I just ask them to reciprocate because I got a lot of energy and passion and love for the game and the respect.